once again, listeners, that...
Ah, damn it, you made it. Ah, sweet. Alright, here we go.
Now, I've been talking about it all day, and the fact of the matter is I'm giving away $10,000. All you gotta do is call in, answer a simple trivia question. You get the answer right, baby, and you...
I got it. Damn it.
Alright, who do I have with me?
This is SVM Prime.
I did not understand a thing you just said.
Just call me Sean.
Sean, the question is simple. The Greek letter delta is most commonly represented by its uppercase symbol. What shape would most people recognize this as?
Oh, I just had it. Hold on.
Gonna need an answer here, Sean.
Come on. I will share the money with you. No way. I'm gonna get this myself.
I'm gonna have to take another caller, Sean, if you don't have it.
No!
I'm sorry, caller, you're on. Who is this?
Hi, it's SVM Delta.
People with these names. All right, you're on. The Greek letter delta.
A rhombus.
I'm so sorry. That's not it.
Damn. Well, nice try. Now, I know we supposedly covered James Bond last week, but I really only covered the newest James Bond, Skyfall, which, by the way, I saw last weekend and was awesome! But 2012 is the 50th anniversary of Bond, and Eon Productions, the company that has produced all of the James Bond films, has uploaded a video to YouTube called 50 Years of Bond. This movie, and yes, it's a movie, is made up of pieces of all 22 Eon Bond films up to Skyfall. They took the first 5 minutes of the first James Bond movie, Dr. No, and stitched it to the second 5 minutes of the second Bond movie, the third 5 minutes of the third Bond movie, and so forth and so on. And it makes a surprisingly coherent story. For instance, I just happened to skip to the end of the scene in A View to a Kill, where James Bond is threatened to be taken into custody by a policeman.
And I'm Dick Tracy, and you're still under arrest.
Ah, what are these here for?
For murder.
Murder?
Now, does this mean that all James Bond movies are the same? Of course not. Okay, maybe a little bit. What it actually means is Bond is Bond. Is Bond is Bond is Bond. The reason he's lasted this long and has always been a success is because James Bond is everlasting. And seriously, if you haven't seen Skyfall yet, awesome! And speaking of awesome, Google Chrome is always adding new and exciting features. This week they debuted Jam with Chrome, which is a music creation software suite that takes place entirely in your browser. Not only is it incredibly fun and surprisingly powerful, but you can get social with it and ask up to 3 other friends to join your jam session. First, pick an instrument: drums, bass, guitar, keyboard, then play by hand or select from pre-arranged sequences. Even the pre-arranged sequences allow you the power to improvise, as you can see here. But maybe the next time the Minecraft login servers are down, this will give you something to do. All rise for the tiny President of the United States. Over the summer, during his downtime from the office, Rainn Wilson launched a new YouTube channel called Soul Pancake. It offers a bunch of original content, including this show called Kid President.
Greetings, peoples. Just eating some animal crackers. Today I present something that's very special. Why? Because you're special.
So the concept of Kid President is great. How good is the execution?
It's like I always say, treat everybody like it's their birthday. Be like, hey man, here's a present. Here's a snack.
Okay, so this kid's destined to be a star, right? Along with written by a kid on Geek and Sundry, this is one of many great kid-centric shows I've found on YouTube lately. Exploiting children. Sorry. Another one of my favorites is Maximus Thor.
So, Banjo was driving me over to a big play date at Samantha's house, and I'm like, Banjo, pull into Mickey D's. I want to grub up before I see my lady. Basically, the concept is this 5-year-old kid says a bunch of shit. His dad films it, then his dad's friend overdubs his voice over Maximus's voice. Oh, did I not mention that Maximus Thor is actually this kid's name? It's actually Maximus Thor.
Maximus, I know you don't want to hear this, but this guy is in a coma. Severe facial lacerations, reconstructive dental, perforated colon. I just can't promise you we're not facing jail time.
I ain't going back, and it's on you if I do. You heard me, white boy?
The result is hysterical, and there are only 5 very short little videos up so far. Finally this week I present to you my good friend Chris Camizzo. Chris appeared in the intro to this week's 5 Things as the radio announcer. Thank you very much for the appearance, Chris.
Hey girl, I know tonight the rain is falling.
And this week I bring to you his project, Building the Piano Shack.
I have been recording an album for 2 years. Back in 2010, I started recording an original album of all my songs right here in this bedroom.
That's right, Chris is raising some money to produce an album that you will be able to get your hands on very soon. If you head over to Kickstarter, you can see some of the incentives that he is offering. $10 will get you a digital download of the album. Although he does do a lot of covers on YouTube. Here's one of my favorites.
Beyond the yellow brick road.
He also does plenty of his own original music. Beautiful Morning is one of my favorite songs by him.
So I was standing on a cliff thinking maybe I'll jump off.
In fact, I like it so much I've even covered it myself on drums. You can check out both of those videos in the link dump below. I also sincerely urge you to go check out his Kickstarter campaign. He's a great dude. He deserves the money so he can put out his album. And that does it for 5 Things this week. Thank you very much for watching. This weekend on the 5 Things podcast, Carter makes his triumphant return. And I promise we won't spend the entire time talking about Star Wars. Okay, I take that back. I don't promise that at all. Follow me on Twitter at shawnvmartin so that we can chat. Follow my news channel for more regular updates. And I will be taking off next week for T-Gift, so I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for watching 5 Things this week, guys. Many of you correctly guessed the desktop background last week. It was, I'm going to say Regina, but it's probably Regina, because even though that sounds weird, it's usually correct. Anyway, Regina Lighthouse in New Zealand, which is a very well-known landmark, apparently, if you Google it. Many of you correctly identified that, so great job. I think this week's will be a little trickier, but we'll see. If you want to check out the other stuff I've been doing this week, we've got the 5 Things podcast, which is the last regular appearance by Alicia Pez for a couple weeks. She will be on from time to time, I'm sure. And the first episode of Road to Ironforge should be posted now on SVM Gaming. Crosses my fingers, I'm totally not sure if it'll be posted or not. You will see it linked on the screen or info at whatever point it is eventually uploaded. And it features 8-Bit Dame and Vladimir, the map maker behind such great maps as Wintertide and Chronotide. Thanks again to Chris for his special appearance in the intro this week, and I'll see you guys later. Test, sound and video test. Do I look whiter than normal? I can't do it anymore.